What is up, guys? What is going on? In this video, what we are going to break down is the inherent self-worth that people have. Why are some people feel entitled to more riches, more rewards, more people in their life, better girls, maybe more high value people in their life, and you're stuck there being like, how do I get there? How do I feel like I'm enough? How do I feel like I am entitled to these things? And why am I not feeling like I'm entitled to the riches and the rewards of this beautiful world? The first concept we got to get down is your mindset. Let me tell you this. If you have a scarcity mindset, if you have an abundant mindset, they are two different things. What is scarcity? What is abundance? Scarcity is this inherent feeling like there is not enough resources in the world. Not enough girls in your world, not enough high value people, not enough money, not enough precious resources like food and water. That is a scarcity mindset. You're actually fearful. You create anxiety in yourself that there is not enough of those things in the world. On the opposite spectrum, you have abundance. Now, what is abundance? Abundance is the complete opposite to scarcity. You have this mindset that there is a plethora or a lot of an infinite amount of potential women that can like you, an infinite amount of high value people that you can connect with, an infinite amount of resources and monetary money value that is coming towards you each and every day. That is what the mindset is. Let me ask you a question like this. Do you sometimes go into an environment and see that one guy or that one girl and you're like, oh damn, I wish my life was like them. I wish I could have what they have. I wish I could have the money that they have, or the girls on them, or the guys on them, or I wish I could have the connections that they have, or the business opportunities, or the business that they might have. I wish I could have those things. That is an example of a scarcity mindset. That is an example that you are in competition with the people in your environment. Another way it shows the scarcity mindset is that you're competing with other people. So if you go into venues like that and you're having those mindsets, you are going to show, you're basically going to tell your body that you are in scarcity, that there is not enough resources for you to be like that person, that you can't create something like that, you can't create a social circle like they can. That is what you're inherently telling your body. So it really all comes down to your mindset a lot of the time with this stuff, because if you don't handle your mindset, you're going to be having these thoughts that come into your brain every day, every hour, every minute, and you're not going to know why you aren't getting the things that you want. You're going to put in the work and it's still not going to come to you. You're like, damn, it doesn't work. And now your brain's going to be like, yeah, it doesn't work. It's because this, and this. But really, in theory, you haven't identified that you are continually perpetuating this idea that you are in scarcity, that there's scarcity in the world, that is not abundance, or this abundant feeling that you're getting in each and every environment you're going to. So the second thing we're going to talk about to increase your value as a person is your belief system, your self-belief, your self-image, your self-confidence, your self-esteem. All of these things may sound like I'm talking about the exact same thing, but in fact, I'm not. Each and every one correlates. A lot of the time, these things actually intertwine with each other. So if you don't have one, you can't have the other as strong. If you don't have this one, it's connected to this one. I'll give you an example. In order to have self-confidence, right, you have to believe in oneself. So your self-belief has to be there. In order to have a self-belief in oneself, you have to have self-esteem, or actually have the ability to be like, you know what, I'm going to do this whether it's going to come off or not. You have the inherent belief that you are capable in all situations to handle anything that might be thrown at you, whether that might be a girl giving you a shit test, whether that might be a business deal going wrong, whether that might be a business world going right. So you can see how everything intertwines with each other. So let's actually get into it. First of all, it comes down to proof, not promises. That's the first thing I'll say. With all of this stuff, with all of this self-image, with all of this kind of, you could say, scientific terms, you know, neuron mirroring and this and that, and you can say, you know, you've got to have the right brain chemistry, the right nutrients. This is all very, very important, don't get me wrong. But if we go back to basics and kind of unravel the onion, let's just say, you got to go back to basics and give yourself proof, not promises. You can say any affirmation you want in the world. You can say, I am confident, I have self-esteem, I believe in myself, and that's fine. And you know, you will start to align with that a little bit, which is good. But you will never fully go 100% in that unless you go and show your brain proof, show your brain actual evidence that it can believe in itself. If you have a track record in which in pressure situations you have messed up, you have not succeeded, you have failed, you have, as quote unquote in sports, choked, then your brain is now going to start to believe that belief because there is evidence to back that up. Another thing is that people can insert little comments into your brain and you can start to doubt yourself. The doubt causes you to falter, which causes you to go down the line. You get it, right? But what it means is that you need evidence. Okay, we need evidence. We need evidence that we are confident. We need evidence that we can believe in ourselves. We need evidence that we are charismatic. We need evidence that we can be this new person that we're trying to be, this social, confident, charismatic guy that we can be. We need evidence. Giving yourself challenges, giving yourself little hurdles, and putting yourself into pressure situations is the fundamental way in order to improve your confidence, improve your self-esteem, your self-image, all of these things. You need to give yourself challenges, little hurdles, little adversities to prove to yourself that, hey, I can believe in myself. Even when I'm down in the dirts, the whole reason why you don't believe in yourself a lot of the time is because you've either been conditioned not to believe in yourself by, external results or people telling you not, or that you've actually externally done it yourself and started to not believe yourself through the evidence. You need to almost go into this like delusional state, and we'll talk about this in terms of you need to cultivate this ecosystem where you are full of positive emotions, you are fulfilling your own bucket, you are conditioning yourself where even if you miss that 3-foot putt on the green in golf, that it never happened. I remember Jack Nicklaus, one of the greatest golfers in the world, arguably next to Tiger Woods, he probably is the greatest golfer in the world. They asked Jack and said, Jack, what happened on 18? You 3-putted that green. And Jack's response was, no, I didn't. He said, well, Mr. Nicklaus, we saw you. We saw you 3-putt. You had a 10-footer, then you had a 3-footer, and then you missed that and you had a 6-inch putt. No, I didn't. No. And it's this idea that when you don't have the confidence, you don't have the self-belief, and this is not for guys that are more advanced, this is for guys that are starting when they don't really have much, you need to cultivate this kind of delusional self-image to just get you off the ground, to get you going just a little bit. Because at the moment, you're at base level. You got no confidence, no belief in oneself, no self-esteem. Your self-image of yourself is poor. You need to develop a little bit more. You need to be, as I say, your own cheerleader. You need to be the person because quite frankly, no one is going to do it for you. Your mommy and daddy are not going to do it for you. Your brothers and sisters are not going to do it for you. Your whole family, your friends, no one is going to do it for you. You have to take the responsibility. Exactly like Jocko Willink said, extreme ownership. You need to take control and take absolute ownership of your life. So that means these 3 areas, self-image, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-belief, those 4 actually, 100% all your responsibility. And hey, look at it as a good thing. It's never a bad thing. It's never terrible. It's an amazing thing. So what I want you to do is now be like, okay, I need to take extreme ownership. I want you to absolutely fundamentally look at your life and go, okay, where in which I can take responsibility, even if it's not my fault. I can start saying, hey, I take responsibility, and now I can cultivate a new belief or new reality behind this. And this is this delusional confidence, right? You need to cultivate this positive emotions. You need to get rid of the neediness, the needy little kid that is inside of you. That is, okay, I may be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, in my 30s, in my 40s, in my 50s, whatever it is, you need to kill the little boy, the little girl inside of you. You need to kill it. You need to start taking responsibility for all of your actions. By doing this one thing, by killing the little kid inside of you, you start to level up. You start to take responsibility of things. You start to go, okay, no one's going to be there for me in a good way. Don't get me wrong. People are still going to be there for you. It's not as if they're going, okay? They're still going to be there for you. But you're thinking in your head, okay, this is the delusional. Everything is up to me. The second thing you're going to do is go, okay, I've got to be my own cheerleader. And what that means is that I have to promote myself. Someone says, you're short. I used to get it a lot for me. You're short, Sam. You're short. They'd be like, no, I'm not. No, short's the new in, didn't you know? You know what? Doesn't matter, because when I sit down on a cinema seat, no one behind me gets aggravated when I sit down. They can see a clear movie. Actually, I wouldn't like to be tall. I don't know about you guys. I wouldn't like to be tall. I think it's shit. I think I love being short. And I'm starting to cultivate it. Whether you believe it or not right this second, right? Doesn't matter. By starting to cultivate this whole reality that you are in, it's your world, it's your reality, you're becoming your main character of your movie. When people are going to give you shit or anything like that, when there's going to be adversity, you're not beating yourself down, which is what happens. When you have no confidence, zero self-image, no self-belief, no self-esteem, it's usually because you are the one beating yourself down. Even if it's someone else's fault, they said this, that, or another thing, it's your internal self-image, it's your internal thoughts that are beating yourself down. So you need to take control of those thoughts. You need to start lifting yourself up. Whenever anything bad comes and to you, happens to you, some people say some bad stuff to you, you have to reframe it. Think it, reframe it. What that means is that, hey Sam, you are short. No, I'm not, I'm perfect height. No, I'm not, I'm fun-sized. Every girl likes me like that. The business deal didn't go through because I was short, even though that would never happen, but let's just hypothetically it did. Doesn't matter, there's a bigger deal going on. There's a bigger plan. I don't know the plan. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the master vision. I'm constantly rewiring myself in this delusional confidence. Now, if you're more advanced, you don't want to be doing this too much. This is for guys and girls that are literally base level, that have no self-confidence, no self-worth, that don't know how to get off, don't know how to have value in themselves. When I talk about value, they're going, Sam, I'm great at it, but I don't understand what you're talking about. This is this idea of self-promotion, not self-destruction. My final point on this, you know, life sometimes isn't always great. We're going through a big pandemic. We're going through things. Whether you're watching this in the future or not, compared to this present moment of July 2021, you know, there are so many things in this world that try to beat you down, whether it's a bad upbringing, bad family, whether it's the life you unfortunately have to suffer through, whether it's the environment, whether it's a lot of factors. A lot of factors can kind of bring you down and can kind of kick you in the mud and kind of keep you down there, and it feels sometimes like you're suffocating, or you know, you've got quicksand underneath you. I remember when I was a kid, I thought quicksand was going to be a big issue when I was older, but it really isn't. But you know, you can kind of see that society is wired to that, and in order to excel, in order to be the best version of yourself, the most courageous, the most charismatic person, you have to step above that. You have to, as I like to say, you have to be bigger than life itself. And you know, for me, you know, I've kind of had that thought, or that affirmation, as you will. You know, I talked about before where affirmations won't do anything, but I used affirmations as self-delusion, right? And after a while, they might be quote unquote self-delusion, but I started to believe it. And I started to believe things like, Sam, you know, you're bigger than life. And that may be like, you know, what do you mean by that? And I say, well, I don't fall for the anxiety that different people fall for. I don't fall for, you know, simple tricks, or I don't try to cut out, you know, certain things or do it the hard way. What I try to do is I try to live life to the maximum I can and be bigger than it. Instead of worrying about what people think of me right now as people walking past, I'm bigger than that, because I know that this video is going to impact you. So I'm bigger than that anxiety that my body might feel. Or, you know, a girl might walk past, as a girl just did, and judge me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm now self-judging someone that I don't even know what's going on in that person's head. So, you know, a lot of the time, it's like we have these self-judgments, we have these self-induced anxiety, we have these self-fulfilling prophecies that we put ourselves through, that we're terrible people, that we don't deserve anything, that the whole world is against us. And if we continue to think these things, then a lot of the time we will get those things in the future. You know, at the end of the day, you are the one that's got to live with you. Your mum doesn't know you the way you do. Your dad doesn't know you the way you do. Your brothers, your uncles, your family, no one knows you like you do. You're stuck with yourself. And if anything, I can tell you, if you find yourself with these negative self-beliefs, this negative self-talk that you're worthless, that you're not worth anything, you feel those feelings of worthlessness. When someone rejects you, feel as if it's the end of the world. Start looking at the way that your brain perceives you as a person. And you know, you can start to go into a lot more about self-love, self-acceptance, about detachment of things. But in this one, I just wanted to get the base level of an understanding that all of these are combined. They're not just one thing. Your self-confidence is absolutely connected to your self-esteem. Your self-esteem is connected to your self-image. They're all connected. The second thing is understanding you got to have extreme ownership. You got to understand that you got to kill the little boy inside you and start to, you know, kill the little boy, little girl inside of you and start to level up. Because again, you got to become your own cheerleader. No one's going to do it for you. And step number 3, you got to come into this self-delusion, this self-promotion. I don't like to say delusion, but this self-promotion, this cheerleader effect that you give yourself, because the world is kind of conditioned to bring you down. What this is going to do for you is access different things, like your access to different high-level individuals. Girls are absolutely become super attracted to it, because not only is it a resonating effect, but when you start to embody this whole self-image, that you actually care about yourself, you've got some self-confidence, you've got some self-esteem about you, and your beliefs are starting to become rewired into positive rather than negative, you will find that your world will flip upside down, become a lot better than what it was before. Girls are going to become attracted because it's magnetic. This is this gravitational force field that you have around yourself, hypothetically, and they're going to be attracted to that, pulled into your way of life, your larger than life, or bigger than life, as I like to say. And this is one of the things that makes it absolutely magnetic when you're talking to people, individuals, and they want to become your friends, they want to do business with you, girls are attracted to you. These is the fundamental steps that I got myself out of when I've gone through it twice, both after a breakup, where your self-worth is nothing, you feel nothing, and you are not nothing, you're actually everything. You are the same value as this person, you're the same value as that person, because you're a human being. Doesn't matter if, you know, Barack Obama was the president, you're still the same as him. He's the same as you. You still put your left leg on in the pan and then your right leg on the pan. It doesn't matter. There was a quote by my grandfather. He used to say that. Doesn't matter who they are. You're still going to put your left leg in and then your right leg. So if you enjoyed this video, click the link below to apply for my 12-week mentorship, where we go into much greater depth into more things on girls, attraction, in terms of business dealings, social dynamics, as well as building your ideal social circle. So if you would like to sign up for that, click the link below, apply, do the application, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. This is my home right now for the next couple of weeks, and I love it. So I thought, why don't I make some videos, and why don't I crush some videos out so you guys can actually get some value from the beautiful, you know, Gold Coast, Australia. So I look forward to it. Anyways, peace out. I will see you soon, guys.